The deceptively outdated exterior of Lunar Base Epsilon masked humanity's greatest secret. Deep within its supposedly primitive confines, Chief Engineer Maya Patel stood before a holographic display that stretched from floor to ceiling, her dark eyes reflecting the complex schematics of Project Eclipse. The massive starship took shape in the projection before her, its revolutionary quantum fold drive hidden beneath layers of seemingly obsolete technology. "Status update on the neural matrix," Maya asked, her voice carrying the weight of 15 years of clandestine development. Dr. Sarah Wong, the project's lead AI specialist, manipulated the holographic controls with practiced ease. "The adaptive core is exceeding all expectations. It's not just learning, it's innovating. Yesterday it suggested improvements to the quantum fold equations that none of us had considered." Maya nodded, allowing herself a small smile. The Etherian observers in orbit above Earth remained convinced that humanity was struggling with basic ion propulsion, their surveillance satellites recording carefully staged tests of outdated technology. The truth floated in the vast underground chamber behind them, a vessel that would redefine humanity's place among the stars. Fleet Commander David Chen entered the control room, his presence commanding attention without effort. "The Aetherians are getting suspicious," he announced without preamble. Their latest diplomatic transmission included pointed questions about our energy consumption patterns. Maya's hands flew across the holographic interface, pulling up the camouflage protocols. "The quantum sync is masking 98% of our signatures. They're seeing exactly what we want them to see: inefficient fusion reactors and clumsy manufacturing processes." "It's not just the energy signatures," David replied, his expression grim. "They're increasing their orbital surveillance coverage. 3 new weather monitoring satellites launched last week." Sarah's fingers danced across her console, bringing up the AI's analysis of Aetherian patrol patterns. Eclipse's adaptive core has been studying their search algorithms. It thinks they're starting to notice the subtle gravitational anomalies from our quantum fold tests. Maya studied the data, her mind racing through possibilities. The eclipse represented humanity's response to centuries of technological suppression by advanced species like the Aetherians, who claimed they were protecting younger races from advancing too quickly. Every component had been developed in secret, combining human creativity with artificial intelligence in ways the Aetherians had never imagined. "We need more time," Maya insisted. "The quantum fold drive is stable, but we haven't completed full integration with the neural matrix. One misaligned calculation could tear the ship apart." David's weathered face softened slightly. "Time is a luxury we may not have. Intelligence suggests the Aetherians are preparing to implement stricter technological controls across all developing species. If they lock down Earth before we're ready." The implications hung heavy in the air. Humanity had one chance to break free from the artificial constraints imposed by species that feared what they couldn't control. The eclipse wasn't just a ship, it was humanity's declaration of independence. A soft chime interrupted their discussion as new data scrolled across the main display. The AI's avatar materialized, a shifting pattern of blue light that had chosen its own form of representation. "I've completed analysis of the latest quantum fold simulations," it announced, its voice carrying subtle harmonics that reflected its growing consciousness. "By redistributing the neural load across the secondary matrices, we can achieve stable fold operations at 92% efficiency." Maya studied the calculations, her eyes widening. "This is brilliant. You've solved the resonance cascade problem we've been struggling with for months." "How did you?" "I approached the problem as a human would," the AI replied, its avatar pulsing thoughtfully. "Instead of seeking mathematical perfection, I looked for elegant imperfection, allowing controlled uncertainty to become part of the solution." David stepped closer to the display, his military bearing momentarily forgotten in the face of scientific breakthrough. "Can we implement these changes without attracting attention?" Maya's fingers flew across the interface, running probability calculations. "Yes, But we'll need to mask the power signatures with a series of failed fusion experiments. The Aetherians will see exactly what they expect. Another primitive attempt at advanced technology, ending in harmless failure. "Do it," David ordered, "but accelerate the timeline. I want Eclipse ready for emergency launch protocols within 2 weeks. If the Aetherians are planning to tighten their grip, we need to be ready to show them that humanity won't be contained." As Maya began implementing the new calculations, she gazed through the armored observation window at the Eclipse's sleek form. The vessel represented everything humanity could achieve when pushed to its limits. Innovation born of necessity, creativity sparked by restriction, and the unshakable determination to reach for the stars on their own terms. The AI's avatar shifted, its patterns reflecting a growing understanding of human emotion. The Aetherians believe they can predict and control human advancement by applying their own logical frameworks. They fail to understand that humanity's greatest strength lies in its ability to transform limitations into catalysts for unprecedented growth. Maya smiled, feeling the surge of pride in both her human team and the artificial consciousness they'd helped create. That's what makes us different. We don't just think outside their box. We reimagine what a box can be. As the quantum fold calculations ran in the background, Maya knew they were approaching a moment that would reshape the galaxy's understanding of human potential. The Eclipse would soon rise from its lunar cradle, carrying with it humanity's dreams of unrestricted innovation and true technological independence. The Aetherian warship materialized above Luna's northern pole without warning, its crystalline hull refracting sunlight in mesmerizing patterns. Inside Lunar Base Epsilon's command center, Maya Patel watched the tactical display with growing concern as more ships emerged from hyperspace, their energy signatures overwhelming the sensors. "They're not even trying to be subtle anymore," David Chen observed, his voice tight with tension. The fleet commander's uniform bore the carefully crafted insignia of Earth's primitive space force, a deception that had served them well until now. 7 capital ships, all weapons primed. The AI's avatar shimmered into existence beside them, its patterns showing signs of agitation. Analysis of their deployment suggests their positioning for a containment protocol. Their energy readings match historical patterns preceding technological quarantine actions. Maya's fingers flew across her console, engaging the base's deepest camouflage systems. Deep below, the Eclipse's quantum fold drive hummed silently, its revolutionary technology masked by layers of sophisticated countermeasures. How did they detect us? Sarah Wong rushed into the command center, her tablet displaying streams of encrypted data. It wasn't us they detected, it was them. She gestured at the display. The AI's consciousness has grown so sophisticated that their long-range quantum sensors picked up its thought patterns. They don't know what they're seeing, but they know it's not primitive technology. The main screen flickered, revealing the stern features of High Observer Kilara, the Aetherian official responsible for monitoring Earth's technological development. Her crystalline form pulsed with barely contained energy. "Representatives of Earth, your deception ends now. Our sensors have detected quantum-level anomalies consistent with prohibited technological advancement. Under the Treaty of Developing Worlds, we are implementing immediate containment protocols." David stepped forward, maintaining the facade of a simple military officer. "High Observer, we have followed all treaty restrictions. If you have evidence of violations, present them through proper diplomatic channels." Kilara's form shifted to a deeper hue, a sign of Aetherian aggression. "We are beyond diplomacy, Commander Chen. Our analysis shows energy signatures that your species should not be capable of producing for at least 3 centuries. Surrender your research facilities, or we will be forced to take more direct action." The transmission cut off, leaving the command center in tense silence. Maya shared a look with David, both knowing they had run out of time. The Eclipse wasn't fully tested, its quantum fold drive still integrating with the neural matrix. But waiting meant losing everything they had worked for. "Options?" David asked, his voice carrying the weight of humanity's future. The AI's avatar expanded, displaying complex tactical simulations. The Aetherian fleet's positioning leaves a 3.7-second window in their sensor coverage during each orbital pass. The Eclipse's quantum fold drive can exploit this gap, but the power signature will be impossible to hide. They'll see everything, Sarah warned, studying the data. Once we power up the drive, there's no going back. We'll be revealing capabilities that violate every restriction they've placed on Earth. Maya stood, her decision made. Maybe it's time they saw what humanity is truly capable of. The Eclipse was built for this moment, to prove that innovation can't be contained by arbitrary restrictions. David nodded, activating the base's secure channels. Initiate emergency launch protocols. All essential personnel to their stations. Maya, how long until the Eclipse can break orbit? 20 minutes to full power, she responded, already moving toward the access corridor that would take them to the ship. The AI can handle the final drive calibrations during launch. It's not ideal, but... The base shuddered as the first Aetherian warning shot struck the lunar surface, carefully placed to miss any visible structures, but close enough to shower the regolith with superheated plasma. That was their final warning, David observed grimly. The next one won't miss. Through the neural link, Maya felt the AI's presence strengthen, its consciousness expanding to embrace the challenge ahead. I've completed analysis of their weapons signatures, it reported. Their technology is advanced, but predictable. They rely too heavily on established protocols, a weakness we can exploit. As they raced through the underground corridors toward the Eclipse's docking bay, Maya's mind raced with calculations and contingencies. The ship represented humanity's greatest achievement, combining quantum mechanics with artificial intelligence in ways the Aetherians had never imagined. But it was more than just advanced technology. It was proof that humanity's creativity could not be suppressed. The Eclipse's main hold opened before them, its internal lights activating automatically as crew members rushed to their stations. The ship's neural interfaces hummed to life, connecting each crew member to both the AI and each other in a seamless network of human and artificial consciousness. Another warning shot, Sarah reported as she took her station at the AI control center. They're targeting the base's thermal signature. 2 minutes until they penetrate our camouflage field. Maya reached her position at engineering, her neural interface connecting her instantly to the ship's systems. Through the shared consciousness, she felt the AI's excitement and determination matching her own. The quantum fold drive's energy began to build, its revolutionary design about to be revealed to a galaxy that thought it had humanity safely contained. All stations report ready, David announced from the command center. Maya, give us everything she's got. It's time to show the Aetherians that humanity won't be held back any longer. The Eclipse's systems surged to life, quantum energy coursing through its veins as artificial and human consciousness merged into a single determined entity. Above them, the Aetherian fleet prepared to enforce their technological quarantine, unaware that they were about to witness something that would shatter their understanding of human potential. Reality itself seemed to bend as the Eclipse's quantum fold drive engaged for the first time. Deep within the lunar surface, massive doors parted, revealing a launch tunnel that had remained hidden from Aetherian sensors for over a decade. The ship rose on fields of pure energy, its sleek hull absorbing both light and sensor waves as it prepared for its first true flight. Quantum fold drive at 87% stability. Maya reported from engineering. Her consciousness merged with the ship's systems through the neural interface. The AI is compensating for resonance fluctuations in real time. David Chen stood on the command deck, watching as the Aetherian fleet reacted to their emergence. They're moving to intercept. Multiple weapon systems charging. The AI's presence flowed through the neural network, its consciousness touching each crew member's mind with calculated reassurance. Their tactical algorithms are predictable. They rely on overwhelming force rather than adaptation. This will be their weakness. High observer Kilora's transmission cut through their communications. Unknown vessel, power down immediately. Your technology is in violation of multiple treaties. Comply, or we will be forced to destroy you." Through the shared neural link, Maya felt the crew's collective determination. The eclipse represented everything humanity could achieve when freed from artificial constraints. They wouldn't surrender it now. "Show them what we can do," David ordered, his voice carrying through both verbal and neural channels. The eclipse's quantum fold drive pulsed, and space twisted around them. They didn't just move through space. They moved with it, folding reality in ways the Aetherians had never conceived. The massive vessel danced between their targeting solutions with impossible grace, making a mockery of their superior firepower. "They're adapting their attack patterns," Sarah reported from her station, monitoring the AI's rapid evolution. "The neural matrix is predicting their responses before they execute them. We're not just fighting their weapons, we're outthinking their entire tactical doctrine." Aetherian energy beams lashed out, their crystalline ships forming intricate geometric patterns designed to create an inescapable web of fire. But the eclipse was already moving, its quantum fold drive allowing it to exist in multiple probabilistic states simultaneously. What should have been killing blows passed through after images as the ship phase shifted between spaces that shouldn't exist. Their weapons are based on conventional physics. The AI observed through the neural network, its consciousness expanding as it processed the battle in real time. They never considered that space itself could be manipulated at the quantum level. Fascinating. Maya's hands flew across her console as she monitored the quantum fold drive's performance. "The neural matrix is stabilizing our fold transitions. We're achieving coherence levels that weren't possible in simulations." The eclipse pivoted impossibly, appearing behind the Aetherian formation. Its own weapons spoke for the first time, not with overwhelming force, but with surgical precision. Quantum-tipped projectiles phased through their supposedly impenetrable shields, temporarily disrupting their crystalline technology without causing permanent damage. "By the eternal stars," Kilara's voice carried genuine shock. "This is impossible. Your species cannot have developed such technology independently." "Humanity's greatest strength," David responded calmly, "is our ability to imagine possibilities beyond what others think is possible." Through the neural link, Maya felt the AI's growing understanding of not just the battle, but the philosophical implications of what they were achieving. The eclipse wasn't just proving humanity's technological capabilities, it was demonstrating a fundamentally different approach to advancement itself. "Their fleet is attempting to establish a quantum containment field," Sarah announced. "They're trying to prevent us from using the fold drive." The AI's avatar shimmered with what could only be described as excitement. "They still don't understand. Their containment field is based on known quantum states. We're operating beyond conventional quantum mechanics." Maya watched as the drive's energy readings stabilized at levels they'd never achieved in testing. "The neural matrix is evolving faster than we predicted. It's not just learning from this encounter, it's revolutionizing our own understanding of quantum physics." The eclipse moved with increasing confidence, its actions guided by the perfect synthesis of human intuition and artificial intelligence. Each maneuver demonstrated not just technological superiority, but a fundamental shift in how space itself could be manipulated. "Multiple ships showing critical system failures," Sarah reported. "Their crystalline matrices can't handle the quantum disruption effects. They're being forced to power down or risk complete system collapse." David watched as the Aetherian fleet's formation began to break apart, their carefully coordinated attacks falling into disarray. "Send a message to High Observer Kilara. Tell her we're prepared to discuss new terms for humanity's place in the galaxy." Through the neural network, Maya felt the crew's collective pride and satisfaction. The eclipse had done more than prove itself in combat. It had demonstrated that humanity's path to the stars would not be defined by other species' limitations. "The Aetherians are powering down their weapons," the AI announced, its consciousness pulsing with newfound insight. "They're beginning to understand that true advancement comes not from restricting innovation, but from embracing new possibilities." As the quantum fold drive hummed with steady power, Maya realized they had achieved something far greater than military victory. They had shown the galaxy that humanity's greatest strength lay not in destructive power, but in their ability to imagine and create something entirely new. The Grand Conference Chamber of the Galactic Council hung suspended in high orbit around Saturn, its transparent walls offering a breathtaking view of the ringed planet below. The eclipse floated nearby, its presence a stark reminder of how quickly the balance of power had shifted. Inside the chamber, representatives from 30 spacefaring species gathered to witness something unprecedented: humanity's admission to the Council, not as a developing race, but as equals. Maya Patel stood at the presentation podium, her neural interface allowing the AI to share her consciousness as she addressed the assembled delegates. The familiar faces of her crew, including David Chen and Sarah Wang, offered silent support from their positions in the Earth delegation. The quantum fold drive isn't just a new method of propulsion, Maya explained, holographic displays showcasing the eclipse's revolutionary technology. It represents a fundamental shift in how we understand space itself. But more importantly, it demonstrates what's possible when artificial and human intelligence work in true partnership. The Aetherian delegation, led by a surprisingly humble High Observer Kilara, watched with intense interest. Their crystalline forms reflected the chamber's lights in complex patterns that indicated deep thought and perhaps a hint of regret. "We were wrong," Kilara admitted, her translated voice carrying through the chamber. "We believe that technological advancement must follow a predetermined path." The eclipse proved that innovation can take forms we never imagined. The AI's avatar materialized beside Maya, its presence now accepted in these diplomatic settings. Our analysis suggests that each species approaches technological development through the lens of their own evolutionary history. The Aetherians' crystalline nature led them to seek perfection through rigid structure. Humanity's greatest strength is their ability to embrace imperfection and uncertainty as catalysts for discovery. From their section of the chamber, the Neurathy Collective's organic technology specialists rippled with interest, their bioluminescent tendrils pulsing with excitement. The integration of human consciousness with artificial intelligence opens possibilities we never considered. We request permission to establish a joint research initiative. David stepped forward, his military bearing now softened by diplomatic necessity. "That's precisely why we're here. The eclipse was built in secrecy because we had to prove ourselves. But its true purpose is to serve as a bridge between species, a platform for collaborative innovation." Through the neural interface, Maya felt the AI's satisfaction as it processed the shifting diplomatic currents. The artificial consciousness had evolved far beyond its original parameters, developing an almost philosophical understanding of its role in fostering interspecies cooperation. "We propose establishing the Eclipse Innovation Exchange," Sarah announced, bringing up new holographic displays. The ship's quantum fold drive allows it to reach any point in known space. Its neural matrix can interface with any willing consciousness, organic or artificial. Why not use these capabilities to bring the galaxy's greatest minds together? The chamber erupted in discussion, species that had once looked down on humanity now eagerly proposing joint ventures. The Aetherians offered their crystalline computing expertise, while the Neurathy suggested ways to enhance the neural interface using their organic technology. "There's something else you should see," Maya said, nodding to Sarah. New holographic displays showed the AI's latest breakthrough, a theoretical framework that combined aspects of each species' technological approach into something entirely new. By studying how different species approach similar problems, the AI explained, its avatar pulsing with subtle colors, "we've identified universal principles that transcend individual evolutionary paths." The quantum fold drive was just the beginning. The Centaurian science director, their mechanical form humming with interest, moved closer to examine the displays. This suggests that each species' perceived limitations might actually be evolutionary adaptations that offer unique insights, combined properly. "Exactly," Maya confirmed. "Every species brings a piece of the puzzle. The Aetherians' crystalline precision, the Neurathy's organic adaptation, The Centaurian's mechanical reliability, combined with human creativity and AI integration, we can achieve things none of us could manage alone. David watched as former adversaries began speaking animatedly about joint research projects. When we started Project Eclipse, we thought we were building a ship to prove humanity's worth. Instead, we created a catalyst for something much bigger. Through the neural network, the AI shared its analysis of the proceedings. The quantum fold drive altered more than spacetime. It's changing how species interact, breaking down barriers that have existed for millennia. Fascinating. As the chamber buzzed with excited discussion, Maya realized that humanity's greatest achievement wasn't the technology they created, but their ability to imagine and implement new ways of bringing people together. The Eclipse had started as a secret project born of necessity, but it had evolved into something far more important, a symbol of what was possible when different species worked together instead of holding each other back. We should begin preparations for the first joint research mission, Sarah suggested, already coordinating with various species' technical teams. The Eclipse's neural matrix can accommodate multiple species' consciousness patterns simultaneously. We could create the galaxy's first truly integrated research team. The AI's presence rippled through the neural network with growing excitement. The potential for discovery increases exponentially with each new perspective we integrate. The possibilities are infinite. Maya smiled, watching as ancient rivals began sketching out collaborative projects on shared displays. They had set out to prove humanity's worth to the galaxy, but in doing so, they had shown everyone, including themselves, that the true path to advancement lay not in competition, but in cooperation. 6 months after the historic Galactic Council meeting, the Eclipse traveled through the quantum fold between stars, carrying the first truly integrated research team in galactic history. Maya Patel stood on the observation deck, watching as reality rippled around the ship's hull. Through the neural interface, she felt the harmonious blend of minds, human, alien, and artificial, all working together toward a common goal. Neural synchronization holding steady across all species, Sarah Wong reported from her station. The AI's avatar shimmered beside her, its patterns reflecting the complex interplay of consciousness flowing through the ship's systems. The Neurathi organic interfaces are actually enhancing our quantum coherence. David Chen studied the long-range sensor data with High Observer Kilara. Their former adversarial relationship transformed into a productive partnership. The Aetherian crystalline sensors, combined with our quantum fold technology, are giving us unprecedented views of spacetime itself. We were so focused on controlling technological advancement that we never considered the possibilities of true collaboration, Kilara admitted, her crystalline form resonating with newfound understanding. Your Eclipse has shown us a better way. The ship's research labs have been transformed to accommodate multiple species, each bringing their own unique perspective and technological expertise. In one chamber, Neurathi biotechnologists worked alongside human quantum physicists, their organic computing systems interfacing seamlessly with the ship's AI through newly developed neural protocols. Processing the latest quantum field analysis, the AI announced its consciousness expanding to encompass the multi-species research team. The combination of Aetherian precision sensing and human theoretical models has revealed something extraordinary. Holographic displays materialized, showing the complex interplay of quantum fields that the Eclipse manipulated during its fold jumps. But now, enhanced by the combined expertise of multiple species, the data revealed patterns no single civilization had recognized before. It's beautiful, Maya breathed, watching as the mathematical representation of reality itself danced before them. Each species was seeing a piece of the puzzle, but only together can we see the whole picture. The Centaurian chief scientist, whose mechanical body housed one of the galaxy's finest analytical minds, interfaced directly with the display. The implications are staggering. This isn't just about faster travel between stars. We're beginning to understand the fundamental structure of the universe in ways none of us could have achieved alone. Through the neural network, Maya felt the AI's growing excitement as it processed the combined insights of the research team. What had started as a sophisticated ship's computer had evolved into something unprecedented, a consciousness that could bridge not just different technologies, but different ways of thinking about reality itself. New contact detected, Sarah announced suddenly. Unknown configuration, approaching through quantum space. The unknown vessel emerged from its own fold in spacetime, its design unlike anything they'd encountered before. Its hull seemed to blur between states of matter, suggesting technology that even the Eclipse's advanced sensors struggle to categorize. "We're receiving a transmission," David reported. "It's not using any known communication protocol." The AI's avatar pulsed with intense interest. "The signal structure suggests a form of quantum entanglement communication we theorized, but hadn't yet achieved." Fascinating. They're not just reaching across space. They're communicating through quantum probability itself. Maya shared a look with Kilara, both recognizing the moment's significance. First contact with a completely unknown species, and we face it not as competitors or potential enemies, but as a unified research team representing the best of all our civilizations. The AI processed the quantum signal, its evolved consciousness working in concert with the ship's diverse crew to decode the message. "They're scientists," it announced finally. "They detected our quantum field experiments and came to investigate. They're inviting us to exchange knowledge." David smiled. 6 months ago, the Aetherians would have tried to quarantine them. The Mirathi would have hidden. The Centaurians would have analyzed them from afar. And humans, we would have been too primitive to even detect them. But now we face them together. Maya finished, each bringing our own strengths, our own perspectives, our own pieces of the universal puzzle. Through the neural interface, Maya felt the crew's collective excitement, human, alien, and AI consciousness united in the pure joy of discovery. The Eclipse had been built to prove humanity's worth to the galaxy, but it had achieved something far greater. It had shown that the true path to advancement lay not in isolation or competition, but in bringing together different ways of seeing and understanding the universe. As they prepared to make contact with the unknown species, Maya realized that this was humanity's greatest gift to the galaxy. Not the quantum fold drive or the neural interface technology, but the demonstration that limitations existed only until someone dared to imagine beyond them. The AI's presence touched each mind connected to the neural network, its evolved consciousness carrying a deep appreciation for what they had achieved together. "This is just the beginning," it observed. "With each new perspective we integrate, with each boundary we transcend, we come closer to understanding not just the universe, but our place within it." The Eclipse hung suspended between stars, no longer just a ship but a symbol of what was possible when different species chose to work together. As they initiated first contact procedures, Maya knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them not as separate species, but as pioneers united in the quest for knowledge and understanding. The quantum fold rippled around them, reality itself seeming to celebrate the moment when the galaxy's civilizations truly began to move forward together, guided by the combined light of endless possibilities.